Style over substance. Attitude is everything. Live on the edge. These are the only 3 rules that guide our future. A future inspired by the work of Hosan Gonzalez. Bound by Mike Pondsmith's cyberpunk law. A dark future cast in a neon glow where corporations through nuclear fire have destroyed the known world, save for a few mega metropolises. The tales you are about to witness are built around the heart of one such city. Robo City 16, where the machine rules through a mechanized iron fist. The promise of prosperity through logic and sedation has stagnated the progress of the people. However, what the logic of the machine will never conclude, but the will of a few may, is it's time for change. It's time to rage. For good or ill, the chosen few are those you witness before me. Let's meet the members of the notorious Mortal Code.
We'll start with my... Oh, this is changed. It's all changed. Right under me. Who are you? Don't look at my skirt.
That's me.
That's you.
I don't want to look up your skirt anyways. It's fine.
I don't believe it.
I'm Luna, and I play Netra, who is a netrunner and an up-and-coming superstar who rolls with the Mortal Code. I wear a headset that's outfitted with cameras that allows me to hack into tech, as well as stream an encrypted POV video to the deep stream, which is actually the stream you are watching right now. So let me know if you think you have a good idea for us to implement into our game today. For example, if we're at a fork in the road and you think we should go left, or maybe we should blow some guy's head off, put it in the chat, and I will relay it to our group to play out.
My name is Enzer, and I play Tink, a new member of the Mortal Code. I'm pretty much a crazy old guy who happens to be a techie. I fix meat and metal. I've lost touch with reality? Pretty much me.
Why is that a question?
I mean, that's appropriately a question if you've lost touch with reality.
I guess so.
All right, my bottom right, your bottom left.
Yes. Hello, everybody. I am Remy the Ever Living. I play. Wait a minute. I play Estrella. Estrella Magnetar. I am a nomad extraordinaire. I can drive anything. I guess right now we're at my parents' house, so I may be a little different, a little weird, but yeah, I can. I like to shoot stuff, and I usually drive these guys around, Windsor naked. Although, that's it.
All right, we got a few announcements to get through before we get into the meat and potatoes of our cybernetic adventure. First and foremost, after, let's correct that, the break tonight, about 8:40, 8:50-ish is typically when we come back, p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will be announcing the winner of our fantastic giveaway, the official CD Projekt Red Samurai Cyberpunk varsity jacket. That's a lot of words to describe one thing, but the size is what your size is, whoever happens to win, as we'll pick it up directly off of the site and ship it directly towards you. Remember, you have to be present as we list off the names of the winners. There will only be one, but we have many just in case some don't show up. And we've also found out that some people, some of our some great, amazing viewers, live in regions that are not exactly convenient to be here to accept the prize. So for our following giveaways, we will come up with a better solution, or we'll maybe reverse between North America specific and then literally every other most inconvenient time on the planet. Also, we have gracing us with their gloriously awkward and grandly interesting presence, the Loser Club. This section of the stream with Luna and Enzo. We have, if they put them together, Losers. What a fantastic name. They are the purveyors of the Loser Club, a stream on Twitch every Monday through Wednesday from 5 to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go check them out if you want to have a
good time.
A good time.
A very okay time.
A good time.
I want to have an okay time.
They're fantastic cosplayers as well, so they bring characters and roleplay and dress up and, again, more awkward things into their stream, making it a stream you don't want to miss. And to describe or explain this headset really quickly, as maybe some people are new, might be confused, I use this to accentuate my DMing abilities. Also to help immerse you in the world, in the cyberpunk world, as well as Hosan Gonzalez's specific universe, where humanity is oppressed, where freedoms are taken away, and the best way to escape and experience even a modicum of intense pleasure is through virtual reality or drugs. So, again, just to help immerse you, I'm using this. It also helps me DM. I have a bunch of different screens and panels up in front of me with lots of different notes. I can also see my players when I need to, and it's all gravy, baby.
Do you call that Quest?
Yes, this is the Oculus Quest, which a new one was just announced. I can't wait to get my hands on the Quest 2. And remember, if you're a fan of this, if you know other people who are a fan of cyberpunk and silliness and cool things, all right, go ahead and share this to all of your friends and family and people you love and strangers, and just share the love all around. I'm sure that they'll appreciate it, and you guys will be best friends. Anyway,
you can only share it with strangers if they have candy.
That's it.
Hard
This
candy.
is a law of being a Sasapunk. And remember to follow, subscribe, engage. We're here for you. You're here for us. Let's make it a big, happy, wonderful family. And without further ado, let's get into the world of Sasapunk. When last we left, the punks of the Mortal Code, they were patching themselves up at a repair shop outside of Robo City 16, where they met the newest addition to their party, Tink. Though a few of his own screws seemed to be loose, the old repairman happened to be quite handy with tech, motors, and bodies, proving to be much more of an asset to the code. One that they definitely need, as one of their previous members, Jay, just recently bit the dust. Looking to the eastern horizon and seeing the massive rad storm between them and New Samarkand, their destination, they knew they needed to fortify their vehicle, and so investigated the signal of a large machine nearby. This is where they made a deal to help a merc who had been through the storm and on their way to Robo City 16 shoot down his best friend in exchange for gear needed to pass safely through the storm, or as safe as you can be. Investigating the same signal were the Quasars, a nomad caravan that happened to be led by Estrella's parents. We pick up now, after joining the Quasars' camp of highly modified purple and blue vehicles, where Winslow was enlisted to help them take out another merc that had killed a few Quasar members on their way out of the city. I don't know why I'm pausing and talking like this, but Infinity, Estrella's father, mentions that her mother also did not make it out unscathed, and a much-needed reconnection is due. So, Estrella, you guys are all located. It is well into the night at this point. You are, you've taken up. You've all made it inside of the Quasar encampment, filled with, again, about 16 to 18 vehicles of varying size and modifications. Some are strictly the sort of the caravan vehicles holding all of the supplies and resources that they're traveling forth. Others are buggies with machine guns on them, hover bikes with small little other offensive sort of mechanisms on them as well. And they're all sort of positioned in this circular communal format to allow for, during
the night's rest for talking, celebration, repairs, a very communal energy here, even though Estrella, as you have noticed, they have taken quite a bit of losses. There are less vehicles than you knew before. People are bandaging themselves up, but again, there's still like this sort of like lively nature to them. It takes a lot to get the spirit, to dampen the spirits of a nomad, somebody who lives through some of the harshest environments that the world has to offer.
So, my picturing like it's like a reddish dusty out, like with all the dirt in the air or something like that, or is it just like a clear, stormy?
At nighttime, it's hard to see the red coloration. If anything, you guys are maybe a mile to a mile and a half away from the thick wall, the thick vertical wall of the storm. So not only do you just hear this constant, you also have this green hue of light from the sort of like radiated energy that's just sort of like constantly pulsing in and out from this storm, which it actually complements the deep purples and blues of the area that you're in. But looking at the ground, you can tell that if it wasn't this sort of dark filter of various different colors brought on by everything else but the ground is this sort of like deep red clay and sand in most of the parts.
Okay, I guess, yeah. Dang, I'd looking at the storm, all the sky, all the clouds, and I'd follow my dad to the mom. see how she's doing.
Yeah, he and Infinity just looks at you and goes,
Come on, it's time I took you to Tetra, Estrella.
Tetra.
How has she been?
You'd better see for yourself.
And again, dark-skinned father, Infinity of the Quasar's leader, pretty muscular. He's got tattoos streaming down his arms, very sort of tribal in nature. Has a mohawk made out of woven braids that come down into two separate pigtails. Not pigtails. That's
Braids.
The braids. Yeah, they separate down from the mohawk and come into two different braids down on the one on the left shoulder, one on the right shoulder. And he's got a headset on, a VR headset with this sort of welded-on plate in the front that looks like an infinity symbol. Yeah, and he sort of like gestures to the opposite side of the camp, where you can see a host of different activities and engagements going on.
Do I look around and see most people have like a braid or something like that? Anything to signify? Like, I was like, should I do my hair up? Am I okay for it? Am I okay?
You're getting a few looks. You specifically, Estrella, and you notice people looking your way and actually like scrutinizing initially at first, like what happened to her. A lot of the people are the same that you used to roll with. There are some new additions, but you know that nomads tend to stick together, especially your family and the Quasars. Very familial, and what comes with that is a distaste for newcomers. So you guys are all getting this combination of like, it's Estrella, and who the fuck is she with?
Like,
like who is in our camp right now? And as you guys are walking through, you do notice that most of the nomads, similar to yourself, has those tattoos in various different kinds and forms. Like some are animals stretching along the length of their arms. Some are what look to be like constellations connecting together to form something. Lots of variety. And as you're walking through, you pass by a collection of cars and people sort of talking across as they're working on their own vehicles. This guy is sort of pumping oil into his buggy as he goes,
I can't believe he's gone. The best of us.
And this small guy working on like leans out of the open hood of his own vehicle and says,
the fastest, more like, not the best. Tetrad still drives circles around his ghost ass.
And the big guy again goes,
Ha! True. The Black Parallax. May his wheels add glimmer to the quasar.
And then a woman across the way who's like has a ledger in front of her checking her supplies looks up from her ledger and says, I don't know. It's lucky if she can even race again. You know what I mean? And she looks at her ledger and she looks at Netra and Tink and just mean mugs the fuck out of them. And then you see her eyes sort of look at you. And then they go back to Netra and Tink, and now she's more so like scrutinizing them as to like, ooh, like what are they about? It's almost like you've added
the bad motherfucker.
exactly.
Yeah.
You've added a bit of legitimacy to their being here, but people are still. It's going to be a bit difficult to win them over.
Can I lift up my visor and give her a really disgusting look back at her?
Are you
my headset?
sure you want to? Okay. Go ahead and give me.
I'm gonna just lift them up and be like, "What do you think you're looking at?"
I'm gonna go over there and be like, "Whoa, Netra, come on, come
Go
on."
ahead
She
and
started it.
Go ahead and give me a cool plus persuasion or interrogation. We'll do that one.
Like,
Cool
Netra,
plus
you
interrogation.
don't need to. I don't know what do you do with your head? Fry her mind. You don't need to fry her mind.
Interrogation. We are replacing.
Ooh.
We are using in lieu of intimidation.
I got a natural 10, so 19. I have nothing in interrogation.
A natural 10. I'd say so. With a natural 10, she like as soon as you lift up your headset, she locked eyes with you, and immediately you see this almost like she's minutely taken aback, aggressively, like she's holding herself together a little bit, and then she looks back at Estrella and just shrugs her shoulders and like, I guess they're here for a reason. And she like as you're walking away, if anybody's paying attention, you just see her eyes like dart back to Netra and just like very curiously. So as you move forward, through about halfway through the camp right now, towards the center, you pass by a hauling truck that you know very well. Damn, what are these things called? A tow truck. There we go. A tow truck that you know very well. And you hear,
I'm finally here! The bright bloom.
and you look towards the what's being held by the tow truck currently, and it is Bright Bloom. It's Tetra, your mother's vehicle. Where that comes from is this upside down, rotund, dark-skinned man wearing thick dreads with like nuts and gears interwoven in each individual dread at varying different levels. And his torso is mostly replaced with cybernetic components. Like his chest has pistons connected to his arms, which are fully cybernetic. Big dude, but he's just upside down. Like mostly replaced torso in a mostly crushed cockpit of the Bright Bloom, which you see is, and you're familiar with this vehicle, it almost looks like a flower made into a vehicle with numerous different metal pedals that stream off of the vehicle in the towards the back. And before, in its glory, it was very sleek. It almost looked like a budding flower just ripping across the terrain, putting anybody else behind her to shame. But now it looks like one side took a heavy amount of damage. The left side is bowed in, destroyed. All of the other pedals are broken and ripped to some degree. And the guy just sitting inside, you know to be Howlin, the pretty much the mechanic, the guy who takes care of most of these vehicles here. Although everybody you know in the Quasars can fix their own vehicle, he's just like that's his main role here. And he goes,
Shame it's under such circumstances, lass. Tetra's very own arse. Sat right here, though.
And
Howlin'.
Infinity looks towards him and goes,
That's the only time you'll ever get to sit there, you old sleaze monkey.
and Howlin goes,
It's pronounced grease monkey, and I'll take what I can get, Infinity.
I want to ask, like,
I spit on the ground.
Howlin, what did this? Like, what What happened here? Can you tell me? Like, what's the story?
Howland goes from consumed in just like feeling the vehicle to in almost like passively hearing Infinity to he like pushes himself up and rights himself up, puts his sort of like elbow on the back of the seat to right himself, and he goes,
Estrella! Is that really you?
Yeah, I'm back with a few friends. This is Tink and Netra.
Are you back for good, lass?
We'll talk about that later.
And when you say that, he looks at Infinity, and then he looks back to you, and goes,
Aye. You be seeing Tetra, girlie. You and I can catch up later. She'll probably prefer to tell you the story herself.
All right. Looks pretty bad though.
Nothing we can't fix with the right parts.
How then? Always we're the best.
Don't you forget it.
Stop being creepy though.
Yeah, he can't help that, you know. He's always been that way.
You might get along with Tink though. He's a mechanic.
Would I know of him or have heard of him or anything like that?
roll a d10.
I'm just gonna already say no.
You can remember the not really like the notoriety scale. The lower you roll, the more likely you are to know him. If you want to give it a try.
Unless he's stopped by my shop, I will not know him.
Okay. Yeah, so at this point you start to approach what looks to be a heavily modified, almost like not an ambulance, but like a the leveled down version of an ambulance. One of those just like medical vans that pulls up. It's got the coloring of the quasars. The top has been modified to have like a chair on top and places to walk and like gun holsters and everything. And the two doors are open in the back. As your father brings you forward and says,
Babe, I'm sorry I couldn't find the parts that we were looking for, but I did find our little girl out there.
And as you peek in, you see
spare parts here.
a woman, dark-skinned, missing a leg. It takes you, that aspect of it separates you a little bit from the vision that you know to be your mother. And given about a second and a half later, you see your mother that looks to be in heavily drugged condition. Her left side it seems like heavily bandaged. Her left leg is entirely bandaged and off from like upper thigh down.
Guess I would go to her right side, get closer, so you could actually hear me and be like, Mother, what happened? What?
Yeah, and
what did this?
She dark braids with lines, almost like metallic lines of blue and purple aluminum woven in between each braid, so the color almost like reflects off in this crazy different way. And woven in between is there's a picture I should just send to everybody, but it's almost like spokes of a wheel that are what are containing her sort of bun, her braided bun in the back.
So
And
it's like a ring on the outside with spokes going in,
yeah, it's yes, exactly that. And she looks at you, and she goes, Estrella, you look like shit. And
Thanks,
then
Mom.
she looks around and says, all of you do.
always
You're missing a leg.
always a truthful. Truthful.
Shouldn't be
yeah.
talking.
What can I say? If only you made it out as flawlessly as I did.
You still have that humor, I guess. Even though your leg is missing, Mom.
Well, that's how we survive out here. Is bad shit like this happens all the time. Gotta make the best of it.
Bad shit happens in the city as well. Definitely in the city as well. Where
Yeah. What is going on in Robo City 16? Our meeting was cut short by treachery or madness. I still can't believe Kennedy nuked his own city. I'm glad to see that you made it out in time.
not all of us did. Not all of us did. We lost a good one. I know
So
the one's
did
out
we.
there.
And she looks at you and she says, Black Parallax. He's gone. And Black Parallax, you knew when you left, Black Parallax was like the up and coming, like, prodigy child of.
Oh, he can drive. Damn.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's.
Picture the red
We
line.
all saw it. He's, there's no coming back from what hit him. Artillery rounds coming out of the city. We're still trying to make sense of what's happened. We're down on supplies. We're down on parts. The entire trade went to shit.
Wow, it sounds like times have been harsh, Mom. Sounds like times have been harsh. I mean, if there was some way, you should have found some way to contact me or something. I could have done something.
I mean, you were busy, it seems. We'd gotten our eyes, well, more so forced, sent a gift, I suppose we could say.
By who?
Somebody in the net, somebody of significant power, we think. But we were able to see some of what you were up to. It was, good work. But,
Thank you.
we can't always be watching the net while we drive, so missed a significant portion, you'll understand.
I understand. Black, but what happened to Black Parallax and how did it happen and you?
I had to hear about it after because the same thing that took him out nearly destroyed me and the Bright Bloom as well.
Said artillery, but what do
Hit
you
him
mean?
straight on. We don't know. We don't know how they had the range. We were about 1.5 miles outside of the city leaving after the initial treachery, mostly unscathed. We didn't anticipate what they shot at us. I heard one at least he went out in a glaze of donuts.
Glaze of glory.
At least he went out in a blaze of donuts. In a blaze of glory, as I heard that an artillery round literally struck him in the forehead.
What?
Caving in his skull and replacing his brains with a warhead and sending his vehicle to hell, along with most of my own.
I always wanted to go out driving. I'd think though, since he was born behind the wheel, I suspect he would die behind the wheel. But
Aren't we all and don't we all?
Hmm.
So say we all.
No, no, we don't say us. So say we all. But good one, Mom.
So what brings you here, Estrella? The city's mad, but I didn't think you'd know where we were.
I actually just randomly came across you after coming from Tink's shop. We had to fight these strange people. I don't know. Tink, do you know? He may know more about them. This is Tink. He's a fixer. Well, mechanic, I guess you could say. He mechanics our stuff when he remembers.
I can see the experience on your calluses and this significant amount of dirt in your fingernails. Are your hands real?
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah,
dirt.
Well, hello. Sorry to backtrack, but I did want to ask about what was it? Black Parallax. If that's okay. See, we ran into this guy just before coming here who was able to shoot at a moving target, a fast-moving target from quite a distance out. Are you sure that Black Parallax met his doom from mortillery?
Mortillery.
That
Artillery.
That is an interesting word.
Yes.
Was he mortillerized?
It was not a
Artillery.
single ranged shell. We heard them descend on us and knew there wasn't much we could do.
Well, I'm out of ideas then. But yes, I am a mechanic. So, I'm sure you guys can fix up your own vehicles, but if you need an extra hand,
We could actually need.
I got two.
We could use some help with our vehicle as well. That I think you could provide. If you could just, I know you're low on supplies, but could you provide it for the workspace at least to help?
Well, Estrella, you know nothing in the Quasars is free, even
No,
among
we have,
family.
we have money and well, I was gonna ask Vitalith to help you, but I don't think Vitalith can.
You will always have space here, Estrella. As for parts, our own personal hauler was destroyed as well. So we don't even have the parts to fix Bright Bloom or some of the other cars here. That's what Infamy was going out to look for.
I haven't actually. Tink has a shop. Don't you have a bunch of parts at the shop, like cars and things laying about?
Yeah. How far was it away from here?
Quite a bit. It's closer to the city, and you imagine that it's either swarmed by now, because as you guys were leaving, there were the sirens pulling up pretty much. So
yeah.
it's not only many miles away, but it's also potentially compromised. And Tetra goes, the Quasars have the parts. I don't. Not even someone of my status among the Quasars can just throw it around. We wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, I understand that.
Unfortunately, I'm not in a position to necessarily fight for myself unless it was a battle of wits. And I'm mostly only good for driving anyway. If you can somehow ask around, and I mean, you know the deal. Barter, trade, challenge, whatever you can do to get the parts that we need. I can fix up Bright Bloom, and you can even get your vehicle back in order as well.
I believe we have an accord then. It's good to see you, Mud.
You as well. Where are you headed, and how long are you staying for?
It may be best that you not know that information in case the machine comes knocking.
I can respect that. Just know that if you need anything, Estrella.
Samurai stuff. Yeah, samurai.
So you have to head through the Radstorm.
Yes, that's why we're looking for parts.
You may need some storm cloaks then. I think some of our...
I believe we have storm cloaks from Cassio.
Yeah, I thought we had storm cloaks.
She doesn't know that.
We got some cloaks from this nice young gentleman named Cassio. Cassio?
Cassidy.
Cassidy. Cassidy Ames.
Ames? Yeah. What?
We're heading to Citadel 9 to trade with those fanatic fucks.
Wow.
Good news is that there's no robos there, so, and we've heard that they have some of the most top-of-the-line cybernetic augments that there is. And she looks at what used to be her leg, and says, let's just say I'm in the market recently.
I remember I've been just like open my closet with my hands, like, yeah, like I've got some cybernetic enhancements as well.
Has it affected your driving at all?
No, it's actually, I can grip the steering wheel much harder now.
Exciting. I don't know how I feel still, but
punching through windows is amazing.
I need something now. I can't drive anymore, and we were supposed to face the Manticores in a death derby on our way through the storm.
The who's? Excuse me? Did you say
Manticores. They're a heavily augmented nomadic group as well.
We just recently had a run-in with them, actually.
You can say that again.
I believe Tink has more information on that. I believe. You
Held me at gunpoint
Ha! Sounds like them.
for quite some time.
How'd you get out unscathed?
These guys helped me out. I mean, fine ladies.
Yes.
That they
Skills.
are.
We almost took down their leader, but he got away. So, he's probably blah, 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 after us.
He's losing his mind.
That's what I mean by the remembers part.
It wasn't the leader though, right? It was like 2 henchmen, like the sniper.
You thoroughly killed the leader.
Yeah. It was a sniper and like a henchman. They were like,
That's
"Well, I'm
right.
out." I remembered something.
I would say we can ride together, but there is some business we may have to attend to within the storm.
So it'd be great to have you along for part of the ride. Like we could
Within
catch up
the
more.
storm.
Let's just say that a very sought-after place for, let's say, nomad fame, glory, riches, is the eye of the Radstorm. Ever shifting, ever moving, providing us with new landscapes to rip and tear across with our wheels, or some people prefer hover vehicles, but I prefer the friction of the ground, the rev of the motor, the smack of the sand. That's where I belong. Unfortunately, I won't be able to race anymore, so
You'll be on your feet. You'll be back on your foot in no time.
Wow.
I don't think there's a way. We don't have the parts for a leg with us. Unless you know of some
Well,
genius mechanic or stockpile somewhere. She looks at you hopefully, Tink.
do we still have that res guy's gun?
Res guy's gun?
Yeah, I don't know.
Res, like the merchant, said he comes on like Cloud's bike or something weird. And just
Oh, Winslow had that.
Okay.
And Winslow, I actually failed to mention, as we picked up this first session, the session, you saw Winslow sort of riding off through the holographic barrier that cloaks, barely cloaks your encampment.
Winslow has the flare gun for res, so and he's unfortunately he's so yeah.
My work's kind of shoddy, so.
Blah, 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 blah. Thank you for that, Arn. Okay. So we don't have much time here, unfortunately, with the mercenaries out on the hunt and the machine more active outside of their damned city than ever. We probably have about 4 hours before we have to take off.
I'll get to scavenging it, and we'll fix this stuff in 4 hours, hopefully.
Well, my vehicle can be hauled away. It'd just be a blessing if I did have it, though. Driving with one leg will be interesting for the time being.
You know, I might be able to fix you up a leg, but you just might want to practice your tuck and roll. I don't really know how long it'll last.
Let's just say after today. And she sort of like winces in pain as she starts to like sweat more. The meds are running off, or running low. Walking, to even think about it again, is a joy in any capacity. Driving, no, that's all I really care about. If I can do that in full-fledged capacity, missing a leg is no obstacle. So, what the Bright Bloom needs, if you're willing to get it, is 5 aluminum sheets, 4 spark plugs, and a rear axle. There's usually always some activity in the center of camp. People are always challenging each other, coming up with new inventions to use on each other. The kids, they're always
Always rearing for a challenge.
Where are the kids, by the way? We brought a child of her own, don't we? She's nobody's actual birth child. We didn't steal her either. She came with us willingly.
And she like looks out of the doorway of the van, and asks, "Who is the kid? Some kind of pretty mutant? Looks kind of odd to me."
You can do some pretty amazing things. Like
how? And she looks up like how long's it been since you left?
she's not my child. Mom, I don't.
She kind of looks a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Then looks at Tink and shakes her head, and then looks at Netra.
I'm like picking crusts out of my eyes.
She just grimaces at you and forgets what she's thinking about. Yeah, so those parts exist all around the camp. Just happened to be our supply that got hit. And I bet that introducing yourself and showing that you're back around, even temporarily, Estrella, could boost some needed morale.
I'll see what I can do. And I guess I'd go hug her, but I just like grab her by her right hand and like.
Yeah, she just
kiss her cheek. I guess it's like yeah, that's all I can do.
She does the quasar sort of handshake maneuver where she starts her hand in a grip on the outside. You start your hand on a grip on the outside, like you're gripping a steering wheel. You turn the steering wheel into your the sides of your fists, and then you break away and knuckle.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah, I love you would be nice, but yeah. Why not just walk away?
Wow.
She's always been that one of those like working mothers, and that like her passion is very clear. Like you are of course a passion just by the nature of her being a mother and you being her child, and you also being a very proficient racer and driver. But like her focus that you've seen growing up has been the road. There are memories that you have driving in the passenger seat with her and just looking at her face as she is zoning out, looking into the infinite expanse in front of her. And then that's like the most of your memory of her. You have very few memories of her actually looking down at you and giving you that same stare. But just, it's not feasible to do it as long. She's got places to drive.
I know you love me, and I know it. One day you'll show too.
I love you would be nice.
I love you would be nice. Somehow the city has made you soft, Estrella.
I would say, I see these. Do you see these bullet holes? I lift up my shirt and show her all the holes, and thinking like, I almost died a few times. This is not softness. This is love for my whatever.
And it's like as you're walking away, she just turns to Infinity and says, I still don't know what to do. Was that good?
Baby, Estrella, we love you.
Thanks, Dad.
That's all you need, baby.
Wow.
Did Mom tell you to say that?
You just hear,
Nah. She didn't.
She told me to say that.
She was just pretending to be asleep in her like hospital bed.
And I love you would be nice.
It's karma.
I should have taken a drink.
It's karma.
As I inhale. Ugh.
Drink it, don't breathe it.
Why can't it be both? Why separate those two? Okay.
Steps.
So as you guys walk away from the sort of medical van, Everything will be okay.
Wow.
I think my battery's gonna die.
Your battery's gonna die?
For the
Ooh.
we may no, we can't take an early break because I told people that we're.
Is it already making that noise? Like,
That's just red.
You can just grab some batteries.
I will be back for a quick after a quick second. I have batteries that are fresh.
here's one.
Oh, maybe try this one too.
Ah, well then.
It all might work out.
Hold for tech troubleshooting.
Tech troubleshooting.
Call it garbage.
What else would it be?
Tetra.
Tech troubleshooting.
We are
great.
all good.
Should have never introduced her as a character. Just kidding. Okay, so what would you guys like to do as you step into camp? You see again a few of the larger trucks and vans with extended sort of like poles in the ground extending from their mid sections where the doors are open, and people are just like sitting inside of their vans. As you can see inside, there's a host of different, like one van has ammo can, like AK-47, a bunch of different other guns inside. You look towards another, and it's got like, you actually see like plants and vines growing out of another one of the vans, and then you see a truck with what looks to be like power supplies inside. Not a heavy amount in the bed of the truck, just a few. And people are sitting down with like makeshift benches that have been pulled out from their vehicles, and sort of like the legs extended to act as tables that they're eating. These just like almost like unanimously, they're all just eating these like glow in the dark slugs, which Estrella, you know, are in a desert like this, it's like one of the better food sources. It's got protein, it's got vitamins in it, and even cooked to a certain level, tastes all right. You see different sort of water siphoning mechanisms where the ground has sort of been carved out, and they've got the rocks holding down a like a tarp with a rock in the middle to collect water inside. You see people with VR headsets gathered around each other, all like shouting, and it seems like they're engaged in some activity together that you can't see. You see people making deals at the back of their trucks, trading different parts for things. Yeah, what would you like to do?
I guess, like, Tink, you see anything that would help the car? That would need?
Yeah, can I do an investigation check?
Sure.
Or
Do
I
intelligence
guess it's
plus.
here, it's
Do intelligence
perception?
plus tracking or perception.
So I'd also look over at the, what do you call it, the headset guys, and just wander over there. Ooh, dude, him at this neurons.
I got 15.
15. Are you looking for anything specifically, or just the parts that she was outlining?
The parts that she was outlining, and any materials to whip up an explosive device. Fertilizer, some sanitizer. I already have fuel, but like acetone.
Okay.
Any-
You see in a trailer behind, located behind Howland's tow truck, a trailer that just has a tarp over it and a bunch of different parts and components sticking out of the back. You see a pile of aluminum that people are just bringing. They're placing it down around the sort of a group of people with the headsets on, and they'll put on their headset, they'll talk to somebody, and then engage in their headset, and you'll sort of all see them sort of like doing something at the same time, like moving. The lights on their headsets are flaring. One will sort of jump up in the air and cheer, take their metal parts, and other people look disappointed. And the 15, that's about as much as you can see. There are like parts everywhere. People are constantly fixing their vehicles.
Are there any parts that look unattended, or do we pretty much have to approach?
With a 15, I highlighted the most obvious things. The 15 isn't super high, so it's literally just like you're like, woo, ah.
Okay. Then
I didn't mean to make Tink a gorilla, but
is
here we are.
He's just doing that in their camp.
Sorry.
Can I? I'll approach the guys with the VR headsets.
I guess we'll
Okay.
go for the-
They are, they're not paying attention to you, at least the ones in the headsets. As you walk up, there's about 5 different individuals all standing around one area, and you see their shoulders like moving back and forth. And then you see, you hear one guy go, "God damn it!" And then he just like rips his headset off and throws it on the ground as another person goes, and a few minutes pass before like this happens more. Like another person like takes off their headset like, man, I was gonna do so much with those parts. And finally, the last person who takes off their headsets after doesn't say anything. You just see WOOOO scroll across their headset that just sort of is scrolling words instead of actually talking. This is a new person, Estrella. You don't quite know who they are right now. They're hooded and wearing a vest, like a hood that goes into a vest that goes into sort of like cargo pants, and they around the base of their shoes is just glowing white. It's just this like white sort of ring of LED lights or some sort of lighting, and the white is mirrored in the text scrolling across their eyes. But they don't take off their headset. They just walk over to the metal plating, start picking a few up, and they're all just sort of like talking to each other now, like, man, that was some bullshit. This motherfucker wins every time. And it seems like they're playing a game inside of their headset.
And then I'm gonna nudge, I guess, nudge and be like, "Can you play games? Don't you have the same headset thing on?
Yeah, I was gonna
Can you-
try and figure out what they were playing.
Can you beat their asses?"
Maybe.
Yeah.
Depends on what game it is.
So any of you guys approach?
Yeah.
Sure.
I would like to ask. I'm like,
Okay,
I already
you
said
know
I
at the
was.
very least that they're trading aluminum plates here, so you could at least get that where you are. But Estrella, you know that you could just say, like, if you have something to trade and it's valuable, you could ask for almost anything, so long as it's up to snuff for what they're like. What is a good trade for the other side? So Netra, you're approaching them.
mm-hmm.
Me too.
Okay. They look you up and down and say, "I'm sorry, this is for wheel monkeys only. This ain't for outside folk. So keep walking along." And as they finish their sentence, you like see their eyes go from looking at you to looking past your shoulder towards Estrella, who's looking at you guys. And they look at Estrella. God,
Yeah, we're with him.
God, her.
You keep saying me, him,
Sorry.
Tink.
Wear
Damn
a
it,
wig
you're Estrella's
for
pits,
these
pits, huh?
streams.
I need to shave my head and just.
Put a wig on. I'll do your makeup.
All right, well, what do you got to put in the pot? How about that?
Let me play a game first, and then I'll show you. I've got a lot of good stuff to trade.
Why don't you
But I
show us
have
the
to-
good stuff before we let you in on our
Almost.
You know, greatest game ever made.
I'll give you a sample. And then I'm gonna... Do we have anything?
Don't you have your old headset? Like,
I don't think I have the old one on me. I'm gonna point out to... No.
Estrella, your pet's coming in here with nothing to offer.
We don't even have anything!
You got anything?
they're friends. We got some
Nothing.
credits.
Service?
We got some credits, but I'm not. Do they take credits here or no?
We've got ammo.
They trade credits. They trade credits, items. It's like literally anything they can use when they
yes,
get to the next destination. They'll use anything.
You got broken stuff. I can fix it.
Yeah, we can trade, you know, his workmanship.
Yeah, I'm gonna put
Go ahead
down-
and roll a
I'm gonna-
cool plus persuasion, I guess, at advantage because Netra helped you.
I'm gonna open up my bag and show them all the money I have. Yeah. Like we have 5,000 to trade with right now.
5,000 credits?
Yeah, I have 5,000 credits. So I was just like, yeah, here's 5,000 right now. We have this.
Okay, well that was 13.
That was 13?
Yeah,
At
my
advantage?
cool is 2,
Yeah,
and I rolled a 9,
Oh,
and I also have 2 points.
So like the largest, most boisterous person here, who didn't even win the last go around, actually lost the first, like was the first person who lost. Looks at you and sort of like puts a hand to their chin and goes, yeah. And then looks past you again as you don't see this, but Estrella's just like apparating the AR hologram of 5,000 credits, or like a large sum of credits. It's just like, you know, slapping the creds out of her hand.
Wait!
Dang.
Hold on to your
And
money.
he goes,
Wait! Sorry, is that headset that was thrown on the ground? Can I go and grab it and see if it's broken?
yeah, go ahead and give me a, well, yeah, give me a Dex plus athletics.
What?
To see how quickly you can get it, because somebody's like casually walking over to pick it up. Like, it's not like they're just like, I'm done with this headset forever. It's just like a fit of emotion in the
Look,
moment.
I'm an old man. I'm not dexterous. It's a 13.
you're really
as
dexterous
your
that one
entire
time.
perception just sort of like light speed phases around you as you zoom in on that headset and rush towards it, everybody else just sees this sort of like hobbling old man,
Yeah, I'm squabbling, not hobbling.
squabbling old man just going over to it, and somebody just like
Yeah.
walks over at normal speed, picks it up as you're not even halfway there, and just like dusts it off.
Aw,
Well, thank you.
that was a
Still
good
works.
effort.
Okay.
Puts it on.
Right.
Look, Estrella, she's vouching for y'all. If you want to play a game, you got one try. All right? If you want to put into the pot, we'll take anything. And you can, should you win, have your pick of the selection.
I have this flip phone.
Jay
What
used to have flip
Is
phones.
that?
It's a beautifully nostalgic piece of technology. It's great for
What the
hanging
hell
up
does
on
nostalgia
people.
mean? Nostalgic. Nostalgic.
Nostalgic.
What?
It's here. You can make phone calls. Is like cellular calls still a thing?
No, a flip phone is like ancient tech, maybe 1,000 years ago. Few hundred at least.
Is that Motorola?
Actually, go ahead and give me
Nokia.
another cool. Give me a cool plus bribery, as it is something that's fairly ancient.
That could be like a
You know that.
expensive artifact.
Ooh.
Yeah, Australia. You know that the Quasars, one of their favorite things to do is actually sell artifacts from like locations that nobody has even seen or investigated for who knows how long since the nuclear war, and selling what they've found to the highest bidder.
4. Look, I'm a crazy old man, okay? I'm not cool.
It's a Razor flip phone, but it's duct taped together. So it's constantly flapping.
Look, I don't need your little plastic sock puppet. Now get that out of my face. Estrella's gonna pay for this one.
I'm done here. I flip it and put it in my pocket.
Estrella, you want in the pot? It's gonna be about 800 creds.
I go over there, I put 800 creds in, I guess, Netra's hand and be like, here, win it back if you can.
There's like a tire that's standing up that has what looks to be like a digital AR version of a large pot of like chips that represent creds. There's also there's like the creds that people can take from, or there's the sheet metal, or there's like the pile of random junk. They throw two headsets your way. Look at you, Estrella.
Like, perhaps another time. I thought to search around maybe for a little bit for some extra parts.
Fair enough. Good to see you, by the way.
Good to see you too.
You don't need a headset. Just download this program.
And they flick a notification onto your HUD that pops up, and it says,
Got it. Thanks.
Light Rider, not you. You don't have a headset. They give you the headset. This
I'm
one's already
interfacing.
loaded.
This guy loses every time and doesn't deserve to race anymore. Hey, man, what the hell?
I don't know why I'm giving most people in your camp a southern hick accent, but
Doesn't matter.
here we are. They're good people. So you're set up with a headset. You have the notification.
I download it.
You download it. And you see this sort of like light, this light filter of everything around you that you currently see sort of highlight in this sort of line grid. As in front of that line grid, parts fly in the digital world to build this motorcycle in front of you. As the expanse extends in front of you inside of your headset into this very rudimentary grid.
So we're playing Tron.
What color do you choose? Yes.
Purple.
Can I pop in as like a spectator mode camera? Because I have cyber eyes. So you just,
Yeah, the guy sort of gives you this knowing look and just like flicks over the spectator client of this game.
you want to watch Tink? Come over here.
I'm gonna open a private channel.
I'm already watching, baby.
I'm gonna open a private channel to Tink and Estrella. Be like, do we have any more of that reflex truck or whatever it's called? Please.
I don't think I do, unfortunately, but
You know that this is a driving game, so it's like it may be a digital virtual driving game, but it actually still takes coordination. That's like the beauty of VR. So you're maybe not feeling super good about this, but you do know that this is a program that you can probably hack into. So you have that available to you as well. As everybody's like putting back on their headset, the lights stream across. They're all stretching, rolling out their shoulders, grabbing onto their digital sort of bike handlebars. There's what color do you choose? As there's like this there's the palette in front of you to choose how you're represented.
Purple.
can I like
Your entire coloration, the lights on your headset stream, even the lights on your cybernetic components flicker purple as blue is highlighted, red is highlighted, yellow is highlighted, teal is highlighted. Tink, what color do you choose?
Oh, I am in this?
Yeah, you're in. They gave you a headset.
No, I said I'm already in.
his AR, his crazy AR, I guess. Literally crazy AR.
So you're already in, but only in your head.
Well, don't tell people, but yeah.
What?
Okay, with no headset on.
Oh
No,
my God.
I'm wearing. Sorry, hold on.
Oh, okay.
That is what I look like in the upper right-hand corner. If
Oh,
you're
man.
watching.
Been through a lot.
Ashley,
And
you're on the
yeah,
Scope
in
House.
Tink's mind, this is perfectly working technology to
I see your blue
Yeah,
car.
like,
Into the
it's
reality.
almost like a montage of getting souped up. People throw on their headset, like make sure that they're stretch out, make sure that their suits are all sort of locked in. Their headsets connect, it like light up. Everybody lights up. Netra, you see the other players manifest around you in a perfectly straight line.
I'm
You
gonna
look
try and hack in.
left and right down the line of vehicles, and you don't see although you don't quite know what color he is, but you don't see Tink, your newfound friend, immediately. Tink, you've got the headset on, and whatever you
I'm
are
like
imagining-
monkey see, monkey do. I'm looking over. I'm like, doing the same kind of motions that they're doing.
Yeah.
He's just
Let's
saying
do
that.
this. I'm
Can I give a
hyped.
channel to Nitra
Yeah.
and ask her
You
like,
guys always have a private channel that you want to, if you want to tap into.
ask her, can you hack into the game? Can you make it so I'm driving for you, but they think you're driving in order to move the bets up, or like crank the bets up? Because you'll be an underdog if it's you driving. They don't think you have any driving skill.
Yes, I can.
As the guy with the red lights, the one who handed you the headset, Tink, and flicked the program to you, Estrella, the one who's been talking to you guys this whole time, lifts up their headset just to check on people. All right, let's do this. It's like taking candy from a baby.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
It's like, could you put all of our money on Netra?
You sure about that, Estrella?
She's a newbie, but don't worry, I believe in her. She's got luck.
You know, luck is a thing. All right. Everybody, riders, are you ready? And
I'm ready.
Yeah, you hear this sort of like hail of readies across the board. Netra, give me a tech. Actually, give me a tech plus interface.
Natural 10.
Wow. You take the software that was downloaded onto your headset, open up the core files, shift like numerous different pages. Like, you're just scrolling down different options, opening them up, scrolling down, typing in different things, scrolling down, and then the last thing that you see is typed is Estrella, full control. Enter. All the panels disappear. All the different open windows just disappear, and Estrella, your view is taken over by Netra's. As Netra, you just like sigh relief. And the guy lifts up his red headset once more. You good to go? He's talking in your direction.
Yes, I'm good.
You sure you want to put everything on her?
She's good. Trust me. She's good. She's good. It's only 800 credits. We'll make it back somehow, some way.
All right, drivers, get ready. And you see the guy with the white headset. You see their vehicle spawn right next to you, Estrella and Netra. As you're sharing the same view, Estrella, you're in control. And they just look at you. And you see across their headset, even in the game, it says loser.
I was gonna say woo again.
Woo.
It was woo with exclamation points, okay?
Balls me. A loser.
And
Can I
there-
also activate Van Hammer and Speedy Gonzalez? I wasn't going to, but
ahead
then
and
he
give
called
me
me a
dex.
loser.
Go ahead and give me a dex plus stealth.
A Dex plus stealth.
Dex plus stealth plus 1d10. Oh, actually, no. Sorry. Give me a tech plus stealth plus 1d10. I'm definitely homebrewing some combinations here, but it's the only way to make this make sense.
Luck.
I'm going to use 4 points of luck, and it's 21. Just in case. Just in case.
Okay. Do you want to react to this person in any way?
Turns out I'm a loser on his headset. No,
What do you mean react to him?
Just like as they look to you as this line of colored bikes is on the starting point. They look to you, flash loser across her headset. You, what the fuck? Hack into the entire core software. Give yourself an incredible boon. You have advantage on everything, on all of your rolls, and you can, knowing that now you have a significant advantage, you can say or do whatever you want, or you can just leave them, well, fine.
I'm gonna have his headset say, "I'm a little bitch," streaming across it.
Okay, it goes from like let's do I'm a little bitch. It's like it just like scrolls across, and he looks super confident and does this like head nod, like let's fucking go. As you see the little the turtle on the cloud hover the hover the light, hover the stoplight in front of you.
Press go on yellow.
Go ahead and give me a Dex plus okay, so you can either give me a Tech plus driving or a Dex plus basic tech.
Me or Estrella?
Oh, Estrella.
Dex plus driving? What?
Yeah, it's going to be Dex plus... No, sorry. Tech plus driving or Dex plus basic tech, because you're still handling software. So part of this role has to be...
I have cyber tech. I don't have basic tech.
I take off running.
Suckers! Run up into the distance. Everybody's still in their sort of like semicircle facing each other as you just run straight through. And you see somebody's shoulder on their light bike just get like pushed to the side as their headset looks to the right, and you just hear like, what the hell? So yeah, Estrella, you can pick, or you like literally.
I have cyber tech and auto tech, but no basic tech.
Auto tech?
Yeah. Said it's tech plus 7. It's auto tech. You basically made that one up.
Okay, then do.
I get Dex plus any or
do Dex plus auto tech then.
Did you say that I was able to engage Speedy Gonzalez program?
Yeah. So what Estrella rolls is that advantage.
Oh, okay, cool.
As
oh wow, natural 10. So I mean,
Estrella rips. I'm sorry, Netra, in the purple-colored light bike zooms forward, and immediately, so quickly that Estrella shifts to the left and continues to go straight, and you just hear this explosion behind you. Anybody who's still listening through the real ears hears "God damn it!" another time as the red headsetted person just throws down their headset as you've destroyed one of the 6 people driving in here. So you've got 5 people left. You guys are all streaming forward. There is an infinite expanse of digital highway in front of you. What are you doing, Estrella?
You start to see so this is like a excite bike?
Exactly, yes.
Can I reach from the back and see if I have like a weapon, like a chain or a grenade, a gun, anything back there, like that I've seen? Or if I see something on the road, I'm gonna drive over to pick it up. If I can pick it up, like.
Okay, go ahead and roll a intelligence plus perception check.
Plus perception. Do I get that as advantage or no?
Yeah, everything. You have a stream of data highlighting in. So like you see a row of items spawn in front of you.
Wow. So that is 22.
22. Okay, you get 1 hop. You get 1 spring. It's 1 coil, like spinning in the air like a Mario Kart sort of pickup, and you see added to your sort of like list of features and things that you can do, mechanics, this bounce in the number 1. So this is light bikes, like they're creating walls in front of everybody. You hear after this happens another down to 4 people, including yourself. So as this wall, the white light bike rider spins in front of you faster than you anticipated as you're picking up this coil. Immediately, you press the button and hop over. As you're there, the white bike is turning right in front of you. You're turning right. They're turning left. You're turning left. You guys are like trying to get each other with your walls of solid destruction that are streaming outside of the back of your vehicle. I don't want to leave you out, Tink. So what do you want to do?
I'm running around the perimeter of this camp.
Okay, go ahead and give me an intelligence plus tracking. Okay, next round, Rummy. Or Estrella, what do you want to do?
I want to try and... So is this, it's just a straight road that we're going down?
No, it's not a straight road. It is, it looks like a couple miles of grid in any direction.
Oh, okay, come on.
This is not necessarily a race. This is a death match.
Okay, so are there any like raises or levels, or is it just like completely flat?
There are some jumps every now and then, but other than that, there's nothing but flat ground. You just see like a solid ramp and then it ends, and then you look to the right, solid ramp, and then it ends. They're like randomly positioned.
I would like to try and go off of go towards. He's right next to me. I want to go like right onto a jump basically with him.
Okay, so you want to try and like force him onto the same jump?
Yeah. Okay,
so give me a what is it? A Dex plus. Man, I really want to give you driving. There's no like
auto tech.
I guess yeah, auto tech plus driving plus 1d10. I want to do a primary and a secondary, but I think that's the only thing that makes the most sense. And then add advantage. And I will.
I rolled an 11, by the way.
Whenever you got the time.
Wow.
26.
I'm also gonna request a song switch.
I think we hit the random. That happened so quick. Yeah. Oh, song fiasco. Why is it playing on here?
Don't hold it next to the
That
mic.
should not happen.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Okay, perfect. Maybe perfect. We'll see. You said you got an 11?
Yep. For tracking plus intelligence.
Yeah. Okay. So you take 5 points of damage as you smack your head into the side of the van that had. Well, you just smack your head into the side of something, land flat on the ground. And did I lose? And you look through the sliding door that's been pulled to the side, and you see Tetra just shake her head at you. She's looking at you.
Well, I continue to parkour my way around the perimeter.
Get that parkour.
Just a distraction. I'm in this for real. Okay, so Estrella, as you shift, you turn. Take a right turn, and cut off the white bike's path. They take a right turn. You see the jump to your left. You shift to the left. You know that they follow you as they pull up right alongside you as you're both streaming up the ramp.
Mid-air, can I try and like nudge him?
Yes, we'll say that as you take the jump, and I've already done their roll. As you take the jump, you look at them, they look at you, as you both face off, visors looking at each other, and I mean, you can let out whatever sort of confident message that you want, but you shift your motorcycle's, your light bike's handlebars to the right immediately as you start spiraling through the air, barrel rolling. The white driver shifts their handlebars to the right almost nearly as quickly to try and compensate as you are creating this spiraling, arcing path in the air that they are then driving around and trying to compensate. As you land on the ground, you take a sharp left and then a sharp right, and they
Say, noob.
they disappear off of the charts behind you, and it is just you and a blue bike left, and the blue bike is like has just destroyed the teal bike. So it's just 2 people. What do you want to do?
I want to say it in Netra's voice though. That's like noob to the guy who had that on his headset. Yeah.
It's the same one.
Yeah. Isn't that guy like the white shoes, white headset?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I want to call him a noob. Definitely noob in Netra's voice.
Noob.
Anybody looking sees just like noob in scroll across the headset in like with an exclamation point and then a question mark. Just leave. And what would you like to do as you and the blue bike are the last ones?
If we're on opposite ends, I want to try and like do the whole like stop and face off and if he wants to do that.
Okay, go ahead and give me a cool plus, I'd say persuasion. Yeah.
19.
19. Okay. As they are sort of like right angling their way towards you before they find a straight line, you pull around, e-braking to face them, and you highlight your purple colors, and they take a right turn and take a left turn and are facing you directly about 100 meters away from each other as they start revving their engine as well. Go ahead and make...
Like, look towards the right and then look at him and then... Yeah, let me go, I guess.
Okay. Purple starts... blue starts... As you guys... Wow, this is actually oddly fitting as... The colors of the quasar are facing off each other, streaming down. 2 solid, thick rectangles of light extending from the back of your light bikes. Go ahead and give me a what was it? Moto Tech plus driving.
Deck plus auto tech.
Let's get driving in there.
Oh, I guess you want Dex plus driving or reflex plus driving. Oh, Dex plus driving.
Yeah, I'll do Dex plus driving. I think that'll make sense.
So yeah, they're both.
I mean, just like how naturally dexterous you are in this video game plus driving.
Luckily that's it.
You say that was a 10?
No, I said luckily that was it. That was a 1. This one's not. So. I'm gonna use 5 points of luck and make it a 28, I believe.
Wow.
I want to like do that turn with him, but then immediately, if I get ahead of him, just turn in front of him.
Yeah. Okay. So as you guys are pulsing towards each other, 30 meters, 20 meters, 10 meters, 5 meters, you spin your No. We'll say they chicken out first. They turn to the right. You notice this, immediately turn to the right as they are. You pull in front of them, turn to the left. They turn to the left. You turn to the left again, turn to the left, and you are making this sort of spiral that can only end in one way as they're seeing this. They are surrounded by a block of blue and purple lights interconnecting with one another before they... Right as the wall comes towards you, the game... Winner! Spawns across your HUD.
Quickly flip the display over to Netra, like...
And
I'll be like, yeah, in your faces! I'm gonna rip off my headset.
I'm gonna be running up behind them up to where they're at. I'm like, how did you guys beat me? I thought I was in the front the whole time.
You were fast.
The guy with the red headsets picks it up, like smacks the dust off, and says, "All right, Astray, I can see why you roll with these. Shit, I don't even know what to call y'all.
I'm just gonna be over here, like.
All right, don't get too ahead of yourself now.
Tink in the gang.
Mortal Code. I almost said Orin's Obliterate. I was like, what is our name?
There's some guy who looks like me is in the background, like, yeah. Wait. So,
Oh yeah, I'm not sorry.
He's new
What?
here.
Mortal Code, I think.
We're called the Mortal Code.
It's what we're more formally known by.
That's right.
Oh, Shin. You guys are the one
Bring
that the
that-
machine's after, eh?
Never heard anyone say that. Friends.
Hey, I got no qualms with anybody that the machine has some with.
We caused some big booms
Guys are
over
in.
there, and it was pretty fantastic. Quite a show. Wish would have been there.
I think we were in some ways.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
You'll find no issues among those the Quasars. The machine's an enemy to us all. Any damage done is damage in the right direction. Take the parts that you need, and come and race again. I can tell that Light Rider over there wants some revenge.
and he's just like, he is like focused on Netra. Just like you just see the headset highlighted beaming towards you as there are these eyes that constantly go from squinting to wide to squinting to wide. Like they're just looking at you.
I'm gonna do the same thing, but like with my gross eyes.
They just shake their head, take a board off of their back, flip it around as it highlights white, and they just jump on it and it hovers off and they go
Wow,
trick
they're cool.
with some what looks to be like the kids that were being referred to. They're all skateboarding, like hoverboarding over some mounds, like on the outskirts of the camp.
That doesn't sound like it takes very much skill to just hoverboarding over, or literally not touching the ground, just hoverboarding over, landing not on the ground. Like you literally just woo.
I'm sorry, have you ever ridden a hoverboard before? It's way harder than even a.
Tink is very impressed.
I'm not impressed.
Remember back in the day we had wheels on our boards, yeah, like powered wheels, but wheels.
He Light Rider just like falls off accidentally and just like picks up his board and kicks the sand and then gets back on it and his shoulders sort of slump and he looks back at Netra and just like whatever and just continues off and skateboards with the young crew.
Looks like a
You
good
know,
kid, though.
I think they were cheating. Pretty sure.
We don't need to bring that up. It's fine.
She still won. She still won.
Okay, with that, we will take a break. We will be back here in 21 minutes at 50. Thank you for watching so far. Remember, if you are actually anybody on here is eligible to win technically, so make sure to be back here by 8:50 PS Pacific Standard Time. I'm sorry if it's a super inconvenient time for you wherever else you may be located in the wonderful world that we live in. And we will see you back here in 20 minutes. Thank you. Did I miss something?
I zoned out. Did you mention you were going to mention the giveaway?
Yes, I believe I did.
The winner
right?
when we get back.
Yes.
Okay, dokie.
Cool. We'll see you then.
See you then.
Toodaloo!
Welcome
Oh my god.
back, Sasapunks, to the time where we announce the winner of our giveaway of the official CD Projekt Red Samurai Varsity Jacket.
And welcome all of our international viewers. I apologize for the inconvenient time if it is very inconvenient for you. So, without further ado, the winner is,
Wait.
should they be here?
Tell them how you got to the winners.
Ah, yes, true. Okay, so in order to decide the winner, we took all of our followers across the channels that you had to follow in order to be eligible for this, and
Facebook and Twitch.
And we added them to a random wheel, and we spun it. It would have been fun to do that here, but
It's a digital wheel.
it's a digital wheel, and we're not ready for that yet. Maybe in the future. However, we spun the wheel, put numerous people on it, and the person who came out on, we also collected like 10 names just in case. 20 names just in case.
We spun it 10 times, just in case, because
Okay.
the winner must be present, and we'll have 1 minute to.
To claim
you have
that they
60
are
seconds
here.
after we announce your name. And the winner is Few the Fall.
Are you here? You
The
have a
clock
minute.
has been
The
started.
clock is tick-tocking,
Few the fall.
but not on TikTok.
Are you here? We have a timer going. You're at 40.
Wait. Ola, is that? Yeah. Few the
No.
Fall. It's not this. It's not the username.
No, it's not. Unfortunately.
Hello, welcome.
Yes.
Hello to you
hello.
as well.
Welcome.
But yeah, first name on the list.
We're at
Few
30
the
seconds.
fall.
30 seconds. Halfway. Few the Fall.
Eh, You got
Will
20
you
seconds.
fall into our lap? No, not me. Okay, thank you for confirming. You could have said yeah, and I would have been like,
Appreciate
really?
your
But the
honesty.
name doesn't match.
But their confidence.
Just, wait,
5
I mean,
seconds.
yes, it is me.
4, 3, 2.
One. Going on to the second name.
The second name is, and this is somebody who's actually been following us for a little while now. We certainly appreciate your viewership.
Stop.
The
Sorry.
wheel landed
Jeez.
on you, second. Kalotharos. Did I say that correctly?
We
The
don't know how
clock
to
is
say your
starting.
name.
So the clock is starting. I
But
did
you have a
just
minute.
see you literally.
Yes, they are here.
Don't lie to me.
We're
Just
not
kidding.
lying. I swear to God. You are it.
Psych!
Kalotharos. Is it Kalotharos? Kylotharos? Chiropteran.
Hello,
You can only get this
Kalotharos?
jacket if you put a pronunciation guide in the chat
Yeah,
so that we don't.
In any dictionary, like the Google parentheses, like, by the way, you pronounce it Krakashandabadakau.
What?
We're not lying, man. Your name is there. It's
So-
second in line.
Kalotharos, thank you for being a wonderful follower, viewer, fan, friend. We have always appreciated your presence, and the losers as well. So, not only did the stars align, but fate decided that it was you who should have this samurai jacket. So we will be taking care of all payments, sending it to you. You don't have to worry about a thing. Just private message us your address, if that's okay with you, and we will ship it your way as soon as we can. Congratulations.
Congrats. Let's clap for.
You did it!
And thank you to everyone who showed up.
Truly, thank you to everybody who showed up. We do about 2 giveaways a month, so there will be future giveaways. We try and pick the coolest stuff out there, so not only does our content speak for itself, but our prizes and gifts or giveaways are pretty cool too.
Yeah, previously we've given away the Hosan Gonzalez art book, where all of the art on this channel exists. And if you missed it but still want to check it out, you should. His art book is awesome. It's called The Future Is Now. Neon Rising, sorry. And then we've also given away a Cyberpunk Displate wall art.
Max is here.
Max is
Hey,
here.
Max! Winslow! He's
Hey.
tuning in
And
from
more
his
badass
from his
giveaways
Armageddon
to come.
mission.
He's tuning in as an NPC, so you're gonna have to put that in the game.
Wow.
Oh, shin.
Magnus.
Now that we gave the gift away, just the numbers like fall. It's like one.
Get back into
Me,
it.
I'm watching. Okay. Yes, we're getting back into it. You guys have acquired the 5 or 6 aluminum
Five.
sheets. The 5 aluminum sheets. You still have the 4 spark plugs and the rear axle, as well as anything that you want. You can try and use some of your clout or your winning from this race to try and like convince them to get more parts, or you can look around for other methods.
How much did we win from the race, though?
You won the parts necessary. You didn't.
So we didn't
you
really
got your money back. You got your 800 credits back.
What about Champion's Milk?
Champion's
milk.
Mother's milk.
Champion.
I'll pass on the mother's milk.
You see this very alluringly rotund man with a very hairy belly and 2 suction cups to their nipples, as they're just like leaned over, grabbing this bar. As you hear 2 large machines go, as they're just like pulling the milk from this guy's nipples, and he goes, "You looking for this?" And he shakes a spilling glass of milk up to
Man
you.
milk.
I run away.
Ain't for everybody.
Actually, has anybody seen The Boys here? It's just like that. It takes his 2 fingers and anyway,
Stop
we're done here.
No.
We're done
Stop.
here. What are you guys doing? How are you guys getting the other
Butters.
parts?
So, we have the 5 sheets, meter, rear axle, and spark plugs.
You have the 5 sheets. You can try and convince the people of the race to give you a bit more in the trade, or you can find other means to get these parts. About like 20 minutes has passed.
I think I say, come on, you got to give us a little more than that. She's brand new to this game. She's never even really driven in her life except for once before when I put her behind the wheel like a day ago, and she won the whole thing.
One
believe
and done
that?
for me, guys.
Come on, it's like one spark plug, rear axle, something. Come on. We're also trying to help out Tetra. That's what these parts are usually for.
You know nothing ain't here for free.
I know
Estrella.
that, but she did win. She did win.
All right, go ahead and give me a cool plus persuasion.
14.
I can give you 1 spark plug, but those 5 sheets are quite a price already.
That's fine. 1 spark plug. It's good enough for me. Thank you.
Yeah, you hear the Scottish accent jump up from the tow truck.
Hey, you're bringing those to me anyway, aren't ya?
Maybe. Quiet there. Quiet, Howland. Continue shopping.
You can hold him at gunpoint.
We're not, no gunpoint.
He might have some more parts though.
He did have a huge thing of parts. You also know he's always working on different machines, and so forth.
Tink, you know parts as well. Are these good? Are these good parts or are they bad parts? I know where they go. I just don't know the quality kind of. Really.
What are you pointing to?
The parts that he just undid, I guess, and the other parts he has.
Howland literally has a separate trailer just filled with.
Yeah, I thought that was
parts.
backed by. It's by him right now.
Yeah, he's just like he was just across the way. He's like a part of this central sort of sphere in the center of the camp of communal activities happening.
Yeah, what are we doing? Let's.
He still says that he doesn't actually lift the tarp. He still just says that from inside of the seat, and then
Yep.
goes back to relax, with hands behind his back as he's.
Is he still upside down?
Yeah. He's just like feeling the seats, spinning the steering wheel.
I guess let's go to him. Yeah, he hangs upside down a little too much, so he's near you, Tink. So.
Yeah, I'll start making my way over there.
Yeah. Looks like you're integrating yourself quickly there, Estrella.
Just trying to get what I need.
Taking things already, I see.
What are you getting at? What was this? What do you want?
You're just really
driving through our own people, aren't you?
Driving through? What are you? I'm not driving through anybody.
Hey, this guy gets it. That's what I'm talking about.
Just.
I know your ways, Estrella. We've been together a long time. That was good driving.
I hold out 200.
The name's Howlin.
I know.
Howlin'. Nice to meet you.
Hallelujah.
Howlin'. Here, let me teach you. You grab the steering wheel and you drive it up. You pound it, and then you circle around and you pound it again. Come on.
2 pounds.
Bam.
One wheel.
Scripts. There we go. Nice people.
Took all my
They are
concentration.
very, very talented people as well.
So what parts are you looking for? Although I have a great mind to know if you're trying to fix up this old butte here.
I think isn't that what we're trying to do? Yes. You heard us talking to. Well, you didn't hear us talking to Tetra. Never mind. But
I've been working on, if you'll entertain me for a little while longer, Estrella, I'll take as much of you as I can get while you're back. I've been working on a new invention, you see. Scrap parts here, little mechanics there. It's a project to help myself. You see, I had an epiphany after our last run-in with the Manticores. And I started to fancy myself inventing an arm, you see. An arm that, for right now, would be good to challenge in an armless wrestling match. I'm part German, too. Or Russian.
did you say an armless
What?
wrestling? Armless
No.
wrestling?
Arm wrestling match, boy.
Armless wrestling.
Arm wrestling match.
Armoro.
I don't know what you're trying to do. You've lost
I've
all
never
of us.
said that. I've never said arm wrestling in a Scottish accent. And he does. He sort of like unbuckles the seatbelt, slides down, grabs a piece of the metal, and just like flips himself around as you hear the servos in his arm go and just sort of like spin his body around as he lands onto the ground. He spins around onto the truck behind, flips off the tarp, and there is this like very amalgamated from numerous different mechanical components arm that's got an open hand. And it looks like just from the shoulder point down, the shoulder's connected to a lot of other machinery. And he's looking if anybody has any sort of mechanical arms.
Tink's gonna step up and pull his sleeves up, and you'll see really, really skinny, almost
Chicken bone
emaciated
It's like
arms.
it's like these large forearms from working, and then you roll up your sleeves more, and it's just like this zero bicep, this skeletal bicep.
back, ladies. Watch how it's done.
You work your forearms out a lot, don't you, Tink?
Oh yeah.
Spends a lot of time by himself, I feel. Looks at his own
I'm
forearms.
quite the champion in my own shop.
For
Going
just
up against
testing. For
your
just
mailbox.
testing, I'll give you the rest of the spark plugs that you need. For the real. Oh my goodness.
Rear?
For the rear axle, you'll have to win.
Piece
Why
of
do you have
cake.
to win? What? You don't have any ones we can just buy, purchase?
You can purchase them, but there's no fun in that.
He's right.
How about this?
True,
You
true.
fancy me you
Well,
entertain me for a little while, lass, and then you can buy it if you lose. Which come on, you're up against my genius here. You're gonna lose.
I don't know if it'd be me up against you. What would we
I would
play?
like to hack his arm right now.
He just
Like,
like
as this conversation is happening.
as you do this, he sort of like slaps you on the back very deeply and says, "Aye, that's all fair as well. You see, when you're on the road, there are all manner of hackers, jumpers, saboteurs. You gotta be prepared for it all. So
How
use
is-
whatever you got."
Howland's been here for a while. I don't know if we're gonna be able to pull any tricks on this guy. But
So,
I'm just
what do
gonna
you
be
say
like,
as the
oh,
arm
that
sort of
was
like
your
weaves
arm?
back and
Whoops.
forth, and
Wrong
then
one.
the fingers curl in and then curl out, and then curl in, and then curl out.
I slam my elbow on the ground or on the table.
All
No,
right.
I'm not very strong. Are you strong?
What is strength?
I don't even know.
But you guys should know, like,
It's gonna be Dex plus brawling.
Dex plus
Dex plus
brawn.
I'm okay.
Oh, I could probably do it.
And then if you
I'm
want
gonna
to, if
move-
you want to hack into
Hey!
it, you're gonna have to describe how that happens.
I'm going to move Tink out of the way. Be like, step aside, old man. This one's for the girls.
Already worth it.
can't mess with
Already worth it. I knew I built this for a reason.
Wear a glove, Netra.
Wear a glove. Okay.
What's that supposed to mean? Good advice, but what the hell?
Well, you're lucky.
You're supposed to let them find out on their own.
Nah.
What's life about if it's not experiencing things for yourself, Estrella? You know that better than anyone. All right. On your marks, and you hear like a bunch of different micro mechanisms shifting into place as the arm sort of rights itself and opens it for you to grab onto.
Perfect. I do that.
Actually wrote down what you need to roll for this to actually make sense.
Go ahead and tell me.
Oh, it's super easy. Dex plus rolling. I don't know why I had to look at that up.
Can I ask what is? Are we in like an enclosure, some kind of structure, or is this out in the open?
It's the entire camp is out in the open. It's different vehicles that operate as the sort of like beacons for commerce and trade and activity and conversation. There is no, other than a few like extending, I don't think veranda is the right word. What's just like, it's like cloth that extends out from the vehicle, and there are two poles that
Yeah, like a little makeshift tent structure.
yeah,
Shade
exactly.
structure. Cool. Are there other chairs at this table that they're gonna imagine sit at, or is it standing?
It's standing, but there's enough like stools, not necessarily like chairs. As you look around, you can see that there are a few chairs on top of the vehicles, with like weapons in front of them in different stations. It's like, and you also see like climbing holds on the outside of the vehicles as well. Like they are fucking prepared to.
Arn says awning is the word.
Thank you. Honestly, that word has escaped me for years. Anyway.
Years?
It's I will actively be writing
Eons.
like an environment in D&D or Cyber, this exact thing, and all I could think of was veranda, and I looked it up, and it's like a solid wooden structure that outreaches, and I couldn't find anything that I was looking for. Anyway, so I think awning is definitely the word. Thank you.
I
Salt
climb up
vestibular.
onto the vehicle. You said there's handholds on there?
Yeah.
I'm picturing like Mad Max style.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get up on there and be like, "Whoa, it's excited!" Or I'm excited. Let's do this. And as soon as you guys, as soon as the bell rings, I'm gonna let loose a thrower blast
Okay.
into the air, of course, just like truly Mad Max style.
On your marks. Get set as the fingers curl around your own.
What?
Wrestle! Are you doing any techie things?
No.
Okay, can I borrow a D10?
You got him, Netra!
What'd you get?
Using 5 points of luck. 27.
Wow, legitimate 25.
Yes! I knew it. I should have. Yep.
The roar of the flamethrower gave her the strength.
It's like as soon as he says wrestle, and the flamethrower goes, it actually kind of, you see Netra get startled by it as the mechanical arm just slams her down within a millimeter, as everybody's like, there's no thud, and you look really closely, and there's just a sliver of room left. As Netra is, you described Netra as being you, so like, oh my god, and like through her shock, she's just still looking at the fire. Like with each breath, her arm goes up another degree. And then you can see Howlin with his little sort of like remote control device, like a car, like a remote control car. He's like, no, damn it, no! As the arm's just like sparking, and you just shoot another flamethrower into the air. She's like, ah, and slams it down as the entire, like every single joint is sparking and torn and ripped out of control. And I can't even explain how that happened. As the game master, I can't even explain how a tiny little framed girl beat a machine without using her hacking ability, but we'll say that the flames certainly helped.
Also, the flames,
work, Helen. Yeah.
when they shot up into the sky, it hit a bird. And then the duck fell from the sky, and it was roasted on impact. Which gives us a good meal, actually. Now we don't have to eat those glowing worms, which is disgusting.
What is happening?
Oh, I'm
duck in the
sorry.
middle of a
Why
storm?
don't you try looking at the chat?
I'll try not to. Maybe the flamethrower scared her, and her fight or flight kicked in.
Yeah, and then the fight kicked in.
Yeah, well, that's what I tried to
Adrenaline.
explain. Like,
Oh,
she was
okay.
startled, it took her back, and then like through her being startled, she defeated it. And as the arm sort of as the hand uncurls, this perfectly cooked chicken just lands inside of the palm. Just lands inside of the open
Oh
mechanical
my god,
palm.
yes! Can I like... And then as I come up, it lands in my hand, and then I rip a piece out. And I
Wow.
eat it.
Yeah, she just grabs one of the legs, rips it off, and just takes a chunk. And the guy's like,
This is like a winner chicken dinner thing.
"Hey, all right, I can, I can respect that. I got a while to go, it seems, for cybernetics. Not quite ready to make something for Tetra, it seems.
That's what you were trying to do. Well,
No, don't tell her that, okay?
keep at it. Keep
Don't
at
tell
it.
Infinity that either.
I
But I'm
won't-
trying to help, you
I
know.
won't tell him. What are you gonna give me? Remember, nothing's free in the Quasar.
It doesn't mean it that way, Estrella. Give me a break. Fine. The axle and the spark plugs are yours.
Thank
No
you.
trade needed. I'll just get to work on I'll get to work on Bright Bloom.
I give him like 500 credits anyway. It's just like, here you go.
You've always been
still,
a dear, Estrella.
Yeah.
It's good to have you back.
Just make sure when you make that thing for my mom, don't put any funny things in it, all right?
I wouldn't dream of it.
Great.
So, are you traveling with us through the storm?
I believe so. I believe we are going headed with you towards the eye of the storm. You guys have some business there?
Why, don't we ever? Always can't pass through without having a grand little derby in the eye. You guys will like what you see. It's
Derby.
Doobie.
of a sorts. You'll be into it, I see, judging by the likes of the craziness you're bringing into our camp already.
Yeah, no, I love it so far. I think I was born in the wrong group.
And Howlin immediately as you guys are talking is like bringing out the components, lowering the car, lifting up the back, like undoing like heavy machinery, bolting out, unfastening the rear axle, like getting everything set in place.
Is this the Black Parallax or the
Black Parallax's car is gone.
Oh, his
He was
car's
straight up
completely gone? Okay.
detonated by a warhead. So he's
Yeah, he's
through.
Yeah, there's no parts of his car left over. They didn't scrounge anything up, or
There is maybe a few parts to salvage, but we couldn't stay long, you see. Just got hit. Another round was being prepared, we figured. Got out of there as soon as we could. Rest his soul, he's probably racing across the stars as we speak. I pray your time to race him is far away.
get there, but not yet. Not
True enough.
And so he's getting to work on the vehicle. Says it'll be about an hour before it's ready. I'd get some rest if I were you. We're not going to be here for long. We think that the machine has a whiff of our scent.
Sweet.
And I figure you brought a heavy fragrance with you, didn't you?
Like perfume? It's actually from the city. Machine number 9.
Hey, those damn K947s have. That was very Russian. Very Russian part right there. Remember, I'm part Russian. Half Scottish, half Russian, whatever that means in this universe. Okay, yeah, he effectively says, like, heat's coming our way, we gotta get out of here fast. You guys look. As he looks at, like, you guys haven't had sleep in a long time. You've literally been in about 4 or 5 different bouts in this 24 hours.
We're all patched up and
You've been patched up more than a few times. Wounds have been patched up and then opened with new wounds and then patched up again. He sees your eyes sort of sunken into your, set into your faces, and just sort of like definitely is sending some empathy your way, and it's just like,
sleep while you can. It's gonna be difficult in the Red Storm. And you look like you need it.
I still need to gather some parts for our car to fix it.
Ooh, what do you need?
Probably a power cell for more power and new roof panels, ammunition.
right, some more plating. You
And
got
some
more
sort of-
ammunition last time.
Oh yeah, some sort of like a little boost of speed, maybe. I don't know, maybe because if there's a way to add more energy cells to the car, then there already
I
is room
saw
for
your
it.
vehicle coming in here. It should be capable of plenty of output. Probably just some wrong wires are crossing. I'll get that fixed up for you. But what do you got? I got to say, I'm on top of the world with Bright Bloom here. I got everything I need, so it's going to be a bit difficult.
I can give you a hand.
Yeah, he's a great mechanic. He has his own shop as well. And he knows a little about the manticores. He can probably help you design your car around fighting them, or their arm, I guess.
Pretty big fan of your work so far.
He looks you up and down, gives you a smile, looks at Estrella, and then like, right, that'll be the trade. You teach me something, and we'll call it squaresies. You might learn something yourself hanging by me.
I do have some pretty proprietary technology going on here, but I think I can afford to share a few secrets.
Well, I'll consider myself lucky.
Bulletproof glass and a new cup holder. My drinks always spill.
We'll see if we can get to that before we take over. But you definitely, you just look perpetually like it's a part of your natural demeanor and presentation. The level of maybe grime and craze and fatigue that's just constantly, but also like natural energy. But the rest of the party, even Adina right now is like, as she's holding on to the back of Estrella's the sort of pant leg, just like nodding off.
It's been a long day.
Guess
I
this
like
just
this guy.
is she light enough for me to like give her a piggyback, I guess, or no?
Yeah, remember she's like she maybe weighs like, I would say on the high end 50 pounds.
I'll be like, hop up here and give her like, yep, you can go ahead and pass out if you'd like. We're just gonna be walking around with Howlin' for a little bit.
All right, we'll say that you just like take some cloth, wrap her around, and she just sort of like slowly her larger ovular head just like rests on your shoulder, and you just feel like small little soft warm breaths.
Maybe put like a thing right here so she doesn't drool on me if she does.
Those little baby blanket things
Like,
for drool.
All right, yeah, this is odd. Not my kid, but yeah.
I feel things.
My mom never did this for me, but I wish she did. She just looked at me and never said I love you.
Okay. So the I would say, is there anything specific that you want to try and pass on to him? Tink.
I would have a series of shortcuts. Basically, only lessening the quality of the work, but expediting the process to get to the end goal faster. So like all of the basics, I would be like, yeah, you don't have to actually tighten this that much, and you can jump right over to this thing, and you can actually use this part for that thing, and
Okay, yeah, we'll say that Howlin listens to you for sure and goes, yeah, I guess that'd work in a pinch, I suppose. Definitely gonna be lacking on speed here. Probably don't want to drive it more than about an hour, but I can see how, yeah, we can get your car all patched up in a fraction of the time if you want to get some rest. I'm gonna spend a little bit more time on it, if you don't mind. But this will definitely help if we need some fast action repair.
well, I'm glad I can help. I must admit, I am a fan of your work. That little arm thing was pretty cool. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, if you got anything to add to it, I'd be more than happy to know. We got a few people after that last session who are in need of some limbs. Put it bluntly.
Okay, I'll think about it. Well,
Is he gonna teach you something, or is that? Oh, no, never mind.
no, it was me teach him something.
You,
Well,
you can see that he's kind of biting his tongue, like he wants to. Howlin does. He wants to it's like, even working with an outsider to this degree is kind of rare. It's literally almost like a favor to you, Estrella. And you would imagine that more than an hour or so of time with your party is going to be what the camp needs to like integrate them a little bit. As you guys are at like the yes.
Sorry, I just have one more thing to say.
Mhm.
This will be my my first storm. Got any tips?
Let's just say we don't have enough time before actually venturing into the storm for me to tell you exactly what it's like. It's a bizarre land. The Eye is the only place of stability that you can find. It's wild, crazy. It interferes with all of your navigational tools. Tetras and Infini, blessed that we have them, are the only way that we make it through every time. It's almost like they just know, they smell it on the hyper-electrified currents. It's, yeah, all manner of beasts and paradoxes roam the lands. It's something you got to experience, something you got to see to truly understand.
Okay, well, I'm pretty wild and crazy myself, so hopefully that'll help me out when we're in the thick of it. But glad that we got Tetra and Infini at the helm.
Aye, aren't we all?
Well,
The faster
I'll see
we
you in
get,
the storm. I'm off.
Bye.
Yeah. You just like hear a sentence just fade away as you take off, and most of the camp is winding down for that. Some people are making final preparations to their vehicle, tying up all of their stock, making sure everything is settled. People are sleeping on top of their van. Some people are like projecting the night sky and stars above them, as there is no. The nighttime sky is actually a rare thing to see. Like, to see an actual star through the nuclear haze that's perpetually above the sky is like a rarity. It's sometimes even been considered like myths or exceptionally good luck. But there are different programs and virtual reality applications and some technology that replicates what it used to be. And you can see small versions of this just apparate in front of above people who are, like, you know, stargazing. And some people their headsets are also you can see sort of like flaring to life as they're staring up at the sky as well. But many of the lights are being powered down, things are being secured, the sound of the camp is quieting. The fire in the center is dying as one person sort of watches over it and stokes it.
Why are we sleeping?
So, do you happen to know, like, how long ago the nuclear war broke out that resulted in this haze that makes it unable for us to see the stars?
Yeah, it's
I'm asking only because if Tink was alive long enough to have seen the stars beforehand, then this would be like, this would really take me back.
I would say at the far before Tink's lifespan.
Oh, okay.
It's like generally assumed that it was about 200 years ago, but there's not a lot of, like, after the apocalypse, there's not a lot of literature on the apocalypse, you know. So it's hard to understand, but it's generally assumed, at least in Robo City 16, that it was about 200 years ago when it happened.
Gotcha. Well, not that old.
Meows. Meows.
Do we know which camper we would be sleeping at, near, or?
You were given a space, Estrella, as people saw you come into the camp. People saw you talking with, what is this? Is this on your playlist?
It's a good song.
Is
I mean, I actually like that
Yeah,
song.
I like it too.
But it's probably not, you know, appropriate for right now.
I'll listen to it later. Yeah, as I saw, and Tetra sort of promised you a space back in the caravan, you've seen that vehicles have sort of pushed themselves aside and reorganized themselves to give you a place towards the center ring of the what are called the Goldilocks segment of the caravan. The ones carrying the most valuable goods, the goods that are being traded, the goods that are literally like the livelihood of the Quasars.
Okay, yeah. I guess I'd go over there and find a nice spot for Adina and get her put her down there, and then try and find my dad just before he goes to bed. Just probably have a little chat with him.
He's standing right outside of the medical vehicle with Tetra.
Is Tetra standing there, or is she still in bed?
No, Tetra is asleep at this point.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can see you've reacquainted yourself with most of the camp.
yeah, you've done well here, Dad. We're settling in pretty real nice. I mean, Howlin and Tink seem to have gotten along, and Netra just beat what's that the youngin's name? The white shoes and the
Light Rider.
Light Rider. Yeah, him. Seems nice, but he's got a lot to learn.
You know,
As he looks towards Netra, I'm assuming making your way towards the little spot that Estrella sort of paved out for everybody.
he's not very good at driving behind the wheel of a real car, but he's the best we got for some of the make-believe races, you know, that we gotta do these days. I don't quite agree, but it's part of the landscape if you want to survive as a nomad these days.
Times are always changing. Gotta change with them.
Tell me about it. We're doing our best here.
So, tell me, how's everything been since I've been gone? Like, truly, like, how have things been? Not, don't guess anything. I know you usually don't, but Tell me more now.
Ever since you left, your mother's been possessed. It's almost like, without having to consider you anymore, your safety, I should point out,
Has she
there's
ever?
been no stopping her.
Has she ever? Sass.
She doesn't. I don't remember Mom really ever giving a damn about my safety. I mean, she would let me wash her car sometimes and do some mechanical stuff. Never really drive it though. But
Yeah, but you notice you're still alive, don't you?
that is true. I don't. Well,
She's never been very good with words.
you don't have to tell me that. I tried to get her to say some words earlier this today, and yeah, you saw how that went.
Yeah, I did, and know that she loves you very much. It's just easier to talk through machinery than it is biology and emotions. You know she had a rough childhood. She grew up behind the wheel. By the time she was 11, she was winning races out here in the waste. That's all she knows.
Is she gonna be able to go in when you drive into the storm? Is she gonna still be in the back here, or will she be in like the passenger seat of the car?
Let's just say that if anybody tries to get in her way to drive, man, do I wish them all the luck in the world.
I want to drive Mom through the storm. That's what I think I would like to do. She's always driven me when I was a kid, so I want to do this for her this time.
You want to take over the Black Bloom?
I'll just this once. I will drive the Bright Bloom through the storm. If somebody else could drive Netra and Tink through it, that would help. You could tow it with them inside. I don't know.
You know, I think that's a fine idea. Give you two some time to catch up. I'll be in the Dyson, making sure everybody's coordinated, good to go, secure. You can just focus on your mom and the road ahead.
Do what I do best.
Whatever sage advice she gives you, you better listen to going through that rad storm.
Oh,
Otherwise,
I know.
we're all doomed.
I do know. Trust me. I've driven with her plenty of times.
Now, these people you brought in to our camp, can we trust them?
We're not there, right?
Yeah. There. What did you bring to us?
I can tell you, Netra's solid. Tink, we had there was a little misunderstanding with Tink, but I can understand. I kind of understand it. He's old. We don't have long to live. He's fragile. He doesn't want physical harm, so he didn't want to harm us. But when threatened, he had no choice. I realize with the rules of the road, it's ride or die. But he's a simple mechanic, so I don't fault him for that.
Well, it's about what you do when shit hits the fan, ain't it? If he came through for you, then
I just worry if will he do it again. That's the only thing that was on the edge of my mind. Like if threatened again, would it turn out the same way or different? Don't know.
well, you brought him in here, so I guess we'll all find out, Straya. How about Big Boy we sent with our Armageddon crew? He seemed capable enough.
He's very capable. A little on the angry side. And I would want to say a nudist, but I'm not quite sure at the same time.
I've seen weirder.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know. Actually, a guy with a bunch of robotic parts, juicy on the butt, naked covered in grease or something, with a sniper rifle that has one hand on it that's not his.
You two,
No. He's a friend.
You got anything?
No.
I saw you with that girl. You kind of.
No. That's she's an up and coming streamer on the dark web.
Well, you still got some time.
The deep stream.
The deep stream. Excuse me.
God damn it!
I
it's the
yell
deep
out
stream.
in my sleep.
The
Deep
stream.
I feel like someone's getting it wrong somewhere.
Yeah. So.
Well, I'll talk to Tetra about tomorrow's ride. I guarantee she'll put up a little bit of a fight, but
If she wants to, we can.
she's walking on one leg now.
We can go. We can go around in a course in the car if she wants, but before the drive to see if she's still got it. Cause I'm sorry to say, with one leg, I think I can take her in a foot race and a car race.
Man, it's a good thing she is dead asleep right now.
I know.
She'd fucking whip your ass.
Yeah. Don't tell her I said that, please.
I'll try. She pulls the secrets right out of me. Astray, you know that. Damn it. Well, get some rest. You need it. Gonna have a long day tomorrow.
What is something wrong with my eyes and all these my bullet holes leaking? Okay.
Yeah, profusely.
Get some sleep. All right.
You got blood from your neck and your boots.
Okay. As I'm slowly just passing, I'm like, I look good, don't I?
Yeah, never better.
Later, Daddy.
Sleep well, whatever you can.
I guess I go down and plop next to everybody else, like.
And you hear the as fatigue takes you finally in darkness, it's punctuated by the deep curling sounds of thunder rolling through this storm.
And my farts.
You can have that to look forward to.
Damn, that was a really good part sound.
As
Been practicing?
yes, I have.
These are a lot of mine.
Just cover my face with a cover and put the cover over Luna's face as well, like. Oh gosh.
So we'll say that just literally due to the amount of fatigue that you have, the few hours of sleep you do get count as a full rest. It's still nighttime when you start to hear activity pick up in the camp again. You hear poles being removed, you hear carpets being rolled up, you hear crates being pulled, belts being faceted, locks being locked, engines starting to purr now. Hover bikes start to hold their position as they're being turned on. Vehicles are being warmed up. You start to hear Infinity direct the caravan into position. And you know that like different segments of the vehicles and their roles throughout the caravan exist for pretty much everybody. So you need to pretty much say an area that you want to take. There are satellites, and those are the hover bikes. They sort of stay on the outside perimeter, and you'd like pretty much go where is necessary, as they're the fastest sort of maneuvers. You have 6 Goldilocks, sort of like caravan vans, trucks. They're the supplies, again, like the bread and butter that keep a close perimeter inside of the caravan, pushing forward as they're being formed, pulling up next to one another. Their drivers are like leaning out of their trucks, talking to one another. You've got 4 Celestials, and these are the larger buggies and jeeps that are on the that sort of like take up the perimeter around the Goldilocks trucks and caravans. And then you've got Dyson at the very front. This is Infinity, and at so almost like what is it? Like circling around Infinity and Tetra in Bright Bloom would effectively be like ordering people around, going to the positions that need the most support, and just making sure that there is structure and stability among the caravan moving forward as everybody gets into position.
So is Tetra driving the Bright Bloom, or is the Bright Bloom just sitting?
Tetra's not driving the Bright Bloom yet. Things are still being directed and oriented. And she gets off on one crutch outside of the van that's taken up a position in the center.
I'm gonna
and
go
says,
over to her and try to help
Goddamn
her.
Goldilocks, I am not ever gonna drive one of these.
I'm gonna go up to her and help, try to like put her over on, like, come on, Mom. Like try and help her, but if she refuses, I'm just gonna be like fine, whatever. If she
You can. There's like a tension at first as you wrap your arm around her and try and like take some of the weight off, and then she like takes a breath and relaxes and like almost grates out of her mouth. Thank you, Estrella.
don't have you don't have to mention it, Mom. Really, you don't have to say anything. Nothing at all.
So you're gonna be driving Bright Bloom.
That's the plan.
Tetra spoke to me this morning.
You spoke to yourself.
Infinity spoke to me this morning.
She's crazy.
I have things to say. Infinity spoke to me. as I
What?
look-
Not so fast.
And I think it's Actually, hold on a second. Estrella, where's Grim Recollection?
It's gone. It's gone. The machine turned it into scrap. There's nothing left of it. We tried to get it, but it just there was no saving.
Well,
I hope to go back one day and salvage pieces of it, but there's no telling when we can get back.
we lost Black Parallax and his vehicle, so we're lucky to still have you. But I guess I'll see if you're good for it in the Bright Bloom.
Always a but. Yeah. I'll show you, man. I'll show you. And I'd like,
Aye, she's all ready. Looked a bit better in previous days, but we'll get to work on that as soon as I have more time. And Tink over there, we can thank him for a lot of the primary work and getting it going. We're gonna have to make a stop a bit in the storm to fix it up again, but
that sounds like Tink, I guess.
we'll also need to do that for the Bastion there as well. He told me it's called your old state-of-the-art hover car.
Wait, you said someone's gonna drive it? What?
No. You also have to stop for it.
Oh, stop for it. Okay, so he fixed that car the same way he has to fix the Bright Blue, where it's gonna have to get fixed.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll probably make half a day's journey before we go to make a stop, but we'll be good until then. Very trusty.
And at this point, you see this like crouched over, sort of muscular, but it looks like there's something like some intense form of scoliosis happening in their back, as they're almost like a monkey, like on all fours coming over towards you. Blonde dreads in a mohawk as well. This is gonna change. In a mohawk, shaved sides, shirtless, but like some suspenders that come down, and on the back of the suspenders is this almost like large, not a satchel, what's a quiver of these will look to be like thick rubber cylinders. And he runs over to Bastion and he holds out like a bundle of them, and he goes,
All right. Hi there. See you guys are new. Friends of Estrella, see? These here are our light sticks. I'm a light chucker, you see. And this is how you keep a good eye on where you're going in the storm. You got it? Just look at me when you get in there and I'll show you how it's done.
and he holds you 6. He gives out like 6 rubber cylinders. And he says,
We'll start with 6 for now, as we're a little bit low on supplies, I'm sure you're aware. Well, I gotta get back to me truck, but got any questions about them, let me know.
and he doesn't describe them at all. He just like goes away.
I like that guy. Well,
Do you know how to use Ace?
nah, I'm just gonna look around and see what everybody else does. Usually works.
Do you guys have any questions about what's going on? I've been through a few of these, not in a little while, but.
This
yeah.
crazy guy with a broken back just came up to us and handed us 6 rubber cylinders and says that this is how,
Oh,
we're gonna see in the storm.
light
I don't
guy?
understand.
Yeah,
who is this guy?
Just
He actually, I forgot to introduce him, but he's
The name's Tabernacle.
Tabernacle?
Tabernacle.
Tabernacle.
look, just go to Tabernicle's truck, be on the hood a little bit, and just and ask him what the fuck these do, and he'll explain. He'll you gotta be pretty forward though. He's
Okay.
a little
You
crazy.
got it.
He's a little crazy.
I'll go talk to him.
Yeah.
I'll follow him wherever he went.
you follow him over to a one of those. Fuck, I don't know anything about vehicles, but it's one of those low to the ground. It's almost like a truck mixed with a car. It's like a car with a bed in the back.
El Camino?
Maybe an El Camino, but I thought an El Camino can. It's got like low to the ground car and then a bed in the back. Not exactly as high or robust as a truck, but it's like the
Like
Dukes of
this?
Hazzard truck. Yes, exactly like that.
It is an El Camino.
An El Camino, thank you. I should have trusted you. And in the back, just like in Mad Max, there are many more quivers of these cylinders, of these rubber cylinders lining the back. And you see that his car is among 2 other cars that have a similar setup. The driver just has his arm out of the side, again, sort of like glowing tattoo, and the driver has a gas mask on and is bald as Tabernacle jumps in the back and says,
Oh, I thought I said I'd show ya. Oh, you just want to ruin the surprise, then?
I was all for the surprise, really. But,
Well, all right. Ah, Straya, good to see ya. You never been in the storm yet, eh? We started to make that journey as soon as you left. Your mother got a bit dangerous, and I like it myself. Wouldn't be a light chucker otherwise.
and he just like takes it and he goes,
These are our breadcrumbs. Said it before. You'll see what I mean when we get in there.
I love breadcrumbs.
Probably all the explanation you're gonna get.
Should we eat
Just
them?
watch him.
I'm gonna stick one in my mouth.
Don't eat it. Put it
Cool,
down.
okay.
Put it back in your pocket.
Okay.
roll a will plus concentration plus 1d10.
And so goes another character.
Or a dexterity plus.
Natural one.
Oh my god. Well, roll up another character.
Don't taste like that. Don't
Um,
taste the breadcrumbs I ever had.
fuck. Okay, can I borrow 3d6?
3d6!
Aw. Dang, those look.
You take 9
Fuck.
points of lightning damage. I'm gonna specify the kind of damage, even though it literally there's no system for it in this game. As you bite onto it, and a metal pole shoots into the back of your throat
What?
and pushes you away, sending you flying as it discharges electrical. No, it doesn't discharge any electrical energy. I'm sorry. As it literally just discharges this metal cylinder out of the rubber base, shoots into the back of your throat as you fly into the ground and skirt across the floor, and you have just this like rubber, what looks to be like ice pick in your hand now with a metal point extending out. And oh, you ruin! No, that's how it.
You ruined the surprise there, mate.
It's a good thing you don't have a gag
The
reflex.
surprise ruined me!
Not fully, though. Still got a lot to show ya. But, come on then, you look embarrassing, right? That's not what a light chucker does. They don't just fly across the floor.
I'll tell you, that's not what a breadcrumb does. Get your vocabulary right.
Oh my
They say I'm the crazy one.
Oh my god.
22. Not doing so good. I'm gonna go back to my own car.
And as Infinity is standing on the top of his, two of the articulating sort of like armor plates are shifted up above his vehicle to give him more of a platform to speak on. He's going, "Satellites, prepare!" I mess up his voice too, but he's getting everybody into place, and then he says, "Let's head out!"
I'm thinking of Waterworld's like that kid.
I'm just picturing Mad Max.
It's pretty much like it works out for me and everybody watching if you picture Mad Max. Mad.
Ooh, did you see that?
Yeah, what?
I knew it. I knew he was gonna do it.
That's why I paused. God dang it. Sorry. Okay, so
look what you've done, Max.
all of the vehicles start to rev up. Hover bikes are shifting forward, sort of keeping a perimeter around as people are taking down the holographic sort of poles that present the illusion that keeps you relatively hidden during the nighttime.
Could I get Adina in the backseat of the bright blue?
This car is so pretty. Do I really?
Yes, yeah. You're right with me.
And she's
And
just
my
like
mother.
staring at your mom.
Don't mind her. She's a little scary, but she means well.
She looks like a goddess.
Not more than me though. Yeah, she's older, you know. This mom.
When you're driving, you look like a goddess too. But
That's nice.
I can definitely see the relation. This is gonna be amazing. We're going there, and she points to the storm and is like, as she starts to smile, you hear, as like she starts to giggle, you hear laughter throughout the rest of the caravan as you guys are moving forward, and there's like this like yipping and yawing of like, woohoo, yeah, as they're like, now that they're moving forward, they're not worried about keeping a low profile. They're just forcing their way into the storm.
Do we have a war boy on a guitar on the front vehicle?
You have me with my arm out, and I'm gonna let loose some flames, flamethrower.
Okay.
Oh yeah, baby! Woo!
I want to lean off the side of the car as well. And
In the vehicle.
but like once we get to the storm, I'll get back in.
Okay, well, you definitely want to. As like, there's this like as you all are like, woo, yeah, woo, and then they're just like, come from the storm as you get closer, and you can't even hear each other like yell anymore. As the thunderous roar sort of rocks all of you, and even some of the quasars like dip inside of their vehicles, roll up their window. Except for Tabernacle, he's still on the back, grabbing the side. He has his little sort of like rubber cylinder, along with the other two vehicles that are located towards the back of the caravan, and you guys are pushing forward. It's still nighttime, by the way. Well, it's like approaching super early morning. You guys are pushing forward. The sounds of the motors are fusing with the sounds of the storm, and there is just Estrella, part of you is like back at home with your caravan. The sound of all these vehicles around you, the energy moving forward, as you go from this very stark difference of the red of the desert and the lights of the city behind, almost like the disco lights shooting out in the explosions. You pass into another world. It's almost like going underwater, where the sounds are entirely different. The sights are displaced and hard to make out as you're pushing forward through this darkened cloud. And the most clear things you can make out are the streaks of lightning that are, and you can see them through so many levels of this storm. Like you can see a few lightning strikes in your close vicinity. You can see them like a mile forward, and you can see them many miles in the distance. But that's all you see through this black sort of shroud. It's just like you see the lights in front of you only visualize about 30 feet at most, as Tetra is sort of like providing you some insight into the signs that you need to look out for when navigating the storm in a very, at first it's like not motherly at all. It's literally just like matter of fact, like this is like, look out for that. What are you doing
right now?
Yeah.
Tom,
what
Tom.
do you? Yeah. Pay attention. This is what you need to look out for. It's life or death here. And
Can I just whisper under my breath like backseat driver?
you're not in the same car.
Aw, damn it.
You
Forgot.
are. Wait, who's
I'll have my-
driving
I'll
back?
have
I was gonna ask. But
I don't know. I just figured I got in the same car as them.
I thought they sent the crazy guy to drive our vehicle, but
I figured you like. You
I'll
just,
be
like,
at the wheel.
They put you on the tow truck and you're just like being drugged behind the tow truck, like in the car, like.
That
Perfect.
can be an option.
I
yeah.
did say I was monkey see, monkey doing, and everybody started driving.
Okay. Wow.
Can we just be towed,
All right.
but he's
This-
like
this
thinking
normally-
that he's driving?
I do want to let you know that like well, nah, we'll let it be.
You are a mechanic. It's not like you don't know fuck all about vehicles.
I do
so.
control heavy machinery.
Just for the sake of it, give me a reflex plus driving plus 1d10.
Hey,
You
y'all,
better
don't I know
roleplay
what the hell
this.
is- What the?
You didn't roleplay the last one.
19.
19.
This
Okay,
is
so
Dewey.
you hear Netra, this voice is familiar to you. But as you guys pass, like right before you pass into the storm, comms breaks through the radio of the vehicle through Bastion that you're driving. It's, I would say, you, Netra, and you actually see just a you actually see in the back seat the 3 toys. The bear dressed with the hockey mask and the machete, and the bunny with the sort of studs in the ears and the jacket, like
Max.
like don't say it, like the leader of the mutants. The bunny walks up in like this very, bunny stuffed, but it's made out of mechanical parts fashion, right up like chest to chest to the bear, pulls the bear in close and just nods, and then does this like soft push, and then walks off and takes a seat and like sits down in the car.
I see all this?
If you're looking in the rearview mirror,
I'm gonna see it and be like, the fuck is going on with those stuffed animals?
and you hear break over the radio. Hey y'all, I don't know what the hell's going on here. As like explosions are going on in the background. It's Winsor's voice. Yeah, we ran into some kind of resistance, and like just like a lot of interference with gunfire and activity. If y'all going into the storm, I'll be a bit behind. I'll follow the path just away. And the comms just sort of like as more machine gun fire, so it just sort of like breaks out.
Oh God, he's following us. He's trying to kill me.
I mean, he will probably try to kill you, but it sounds like we're following him, maybe.
I step on it.
Okay. And as the entire caravan goes forward, you just see the lights that now highlight alongside of every single vehicle. There's almost these like fluorescent lights protected by like cages and certain things to highlight where the vehicles are going. The bottom of them is also highlighting the ground, and you hear this as Tabernacle on the back sort of like takes this stance, this wild stance, grabs one of the poles and throws it behind the caravan as it arcs through. It disappears into the blackness, and maybe a part of you that hears this, and then as a piece of lightning, a shard of lightning, courses straight through, connecting. As you drive forward, and he throws another one after about a few miles. and you imagine that this is the breadcrumb that he was referring to. And these sticks sort of control the flow of lightning. If you're ever in a bad situation where there's like a lot of lightning around you and it's looking bad, you can use these to either direct the flow of lightning, help align you to where you are headed to help make it back. They're effectively just like a way to backtrack through the storm effectively.
Like, yeah, Tink, you've been throwing those?
I'm on it! And I toss one out.
Okay, give me a Dex plus.
It's just.
Give me a Dex plus Marksman.
Natural one.
Oh my god.
It hits like the top of the vehicle.
Yeah, he didn't even throw it out the window, probably.
You just like lean back, throw it, it hits the top, and it spins around. As it hits the top, the metal spike shoots out, and lightning just rocks your vehicle. Everybody inside takes...
Why am I in this car with you?
10 points of damage.
Oh my god. I should have gone in the other car.
The vehicle's armor goes down 1. We need it. We'll settle that next time.
Okay.
And
Oh my god.
like your vehicle, the Bright Bloom, you're with Tetra, is like in tandem with the with Bastion.
What am I doing up here?
As you look over and you just see Bastion get shocked by electricity, rocked, and like start smoking as it's just like wobbling forward. Tetra's just looking at you.
But not one word. Nope. Look forward. Look
What did
forward,
you bring
Mom.
into our caravan? And that's where we'll pick up next time.
Great.
On Sasapunk.
We're gonna die in this storm, but not from the storm.
I'm gonna get lectured. I'm gonna get lectured by being people who are dying in the storms.
I'm sorry, Max. I cannot do a Beltalowda accent like you can. I'll work on it though.
Who said
I'll
that
have
he
to.
could do it too?
He did a good job with his Beltalowda accent. Hey, I'm a Winslow. I can't do it.
That sounded exactly like.
It's so good.
Thank you guys for joining. Again, congratulations on the winner. You need to tell me how to pronounce your name so that I can say it with confidence.
Kalatheros?
Kalatheros? Is that what it was?
Kalotheros?
Kalatheros. But, as always, no, we're not at that part yet. Remember, share this with everybody you know and love who you think would be interested in it. Let's make this one big, happy, amazing Cuddle Puddle family. Maybe not Cuddle Puddle. Take that out. That's just my own motives.
Come here, baby.
And remember, we're always going to be doing giveaways, about 2 giveaways per month. And we'll announce the next one about 2 weeks from now, probably. And it's going to be dope. Remember, stay tuned, as this will be re-uploaded. If you missed this week's episode, you can tell your friends to watch on YouTube at 6 p.m. the following week, Pacific Standard Time, on the channel Sasapunks. As always, thank you for watching. Until fate next brings us together, and
Never stop playing role-playing games.
Unless you have to go into a store.
Just press the button already. I don't know how to hold myself
Oh my
together in this
God.
time.
Kalotheros, or is it Kalatheros?
Press a button!
Bye.